First off, just wanted to thank, the guys that are no longer with the organization. Clint, Larry, Harris, T-Man, George. A lot of those guys are friends of mine. I've known them for a little bit, and just want to wish them the best because they were a great representation of our organization. I'm super excited for them and their opportunities too. So, with that, really excited about our group and some of the additions we made. I'm still working through some of the things in the NBA that need to get everything completed, but we're really excited about the guys that we're bringing in. JP, just so unique in what he does. Every team looks for a center like that at some point. He's dynamic, he can stretch the floor and rim protect. He's a good human being, good guy. Adds to the roster and how we see this playing out. With Nikhil, A+ human being, love the guy. He's Canadian, so I'm biased. So that's the biggest reason why we signed him more than anything. But no, he's just a fantastic player. Everybody knows his defense, his shooting. An unbelievable human being. Fits within what we're trying to build here culturally. And I think he has a great opportunity to expand his game too. There's more to Nikhil as well. So looking forward to that. With Luke, we're still going through that stuff. So can't really talk too much about all that, so we're really excited there as well. But yeah, with that, I think Summer League, you guys probably saw a little bit here. The energy is pretty awesome. Cool seeing Ace and these guys out here, and everybody's ready for it and ready for Vegas. So yeah, really excited about this.
With Nikhil, I guess, how long did it take you to, identify him as a guy that you would want to have on this roster and how he would fit alongside with what you guys are trying to do?
Yeah, when we look at our free agents, honestly, it's a year-long study, if not longer. Like, we've been watching these guys for a long period of time, and we identify people in terms of their fits within. We do the intel, we do the stuff that's the on the court, scouting and analytically how they fit within everything. So taking those three things, you're just a perfect fit for us. But it's been we kind of make a list of every player we possibly could maybe get, and we're very fortunate to get him.
With Porzingis, it's a big swing, but it's also, given the fact that he has that injury history in the past, what made you comfortable going to get a player like that, even though he hasn't played 10 full seasons in the past?
Yeah, I just think Kristaps' archetype is so unique in this league, and we're very confident with our performance staff and very confident in him and his health. That we don't have any worries here. I just think from a player standpoint, he is very, very dynamic and offers something that Atlanta really hasn't seen before.
Of course, him having some championship experience might also help some of these younger guys on the roster. How much do you expect him to kind of be a leader in the locker room, especially with his veteran experience?
Actually, we literally just talked about that 5-10 minutes ago. So he's like one of the old guys on the team now. He's not even that old, which tells you a lot about our group. We're still really young, and the good thing about our young guys is they want to learn, they want to grow, they're sponges for this stuff. And Kristaps has stories from playoff series, finals. It's going to be really important for our group and to translate that to our younger guys.
When you talk about Nikhil and you talk about him being a good culture fit for you guys, when did you figure out that he was someone who could assimilate into what you're trying to do very easily?
Yeah, honestly, how intel works in the NBA is you keep track of these guys over the course of years. And Nikhil jumped around to different teams, and the resiliency, the ability to find a tremendous role with a really good team for a while in Minnesota. I just think he fits everything from the background. The Canadian piece obviously is big, but honestly, him as a person, how people talk about him externally is pretty phenomenal. And once you guys meet him and spend some time with him, you guys are gonna be okay, I get it. So, and on the court, he's just a perfect fit for us.
Andre, are you comfortable with your backup point guard situation, or do you think you have to do something else?
Yeah, we're always evaluating the team, but we have plenty of ball handlers, and I feel really comfortable with our group, honestly. If something comes up that makes sense, then great, we could evaluate and go through that process, but I do feel comfortable with it right now.
Depth has been a big focus for you this offseason, and we've seen through the 82-game season and then into the playoffs how big of a factor that can be in just propelling teams and having people that can come off the bench like Nikhil. Why is that a focus for you? What do you think it does for a ball club?
Yeah, I mean, 82 games is a long time, right? And then you get into the playoffs and it's even longer. It gets more stressful on the body and things like that. I just think when you look at the teams that were in the finals, they're probably two of the deepest teams in the NBA, if not the two deepest teams in the NBA. And I just think you need to have that in this day and age. I think just the guys that fit with us and how we plan to play and implement these guys, like it's so unique in that like a lot of the guys are brought in can play multiple positions. So the variability in lineups can be really dynamic for us moving forward.
You made some changes to your two ways. What types of players are you looking with that kind of a developmental role, essentially?
Yeah, I mean, like with LA, it's more of a developmental process. Like he's going to be with us. I like looking at the two-way spot as like guys that could help at times, but also you're really trying to get involved a lot as well. Guys will be in there, College Park at times, guys will be up here at times. It's just more of a need. It just adds to the depth in case things kind of go haywire in the regular season. But I mean, mostly I just look at the two ways right now as a developmental part of the program. A lot of that will be in College Park.
I believe there are two more technically room or spots for standard contracts to be added. Just what do you plan to use those on, and how are you trying to find that balance between adding depth and the financial aspect?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I'm going to say the term optionality again. I promise it'll be the last time I say it. You guys are probably sick of me saying that, but like you also don't want to rush during this time, right? Like if you could sign players now, and you know we have guys that we're looking at, but at the same time, like you always don't want to be like, oh, what if we waited, because you know the off season goes on forever. So we're just evaluating and seeing if fits come along, and we're going to be really patient with it and not make any moves right away.
There were reports that Trey played a role in trying to get Nah and trying to get Luke Kennard to join this team. What is it like to kind of see that role for him? And then just kind of on the business side of things, like how important in your priority list is getting an extension done with him?
Yeah, with TY, I mean, like that's the growth and development I think everybody saw from last year. He was, you know, he went out there and talked to these guys. Like he was great in the recruiting process. We all help recruit these guys to come in, and it was awesome that he did that. And he's extremely excited about this team. And then like, I'll be honest with you guys, like with the contractual stuff, like you guys are gonna hate me for this, but I don't talk about any of that stuff publicly, whether it's TY or Dyson. That's not how I roll with everything, and you guys aren't gonna get anything out of me there. So.
Anything else? All right. Thank you.
All right, cool.